Miles,
Yes, Charlie.
you know what today is? It's another episode of the You Betcha Radio Presents Bellied Up Podcast.
All right, yeah. You Betcha Radio presents. I like that.
Cripescast Radio Presents. We'll start again. Hey, folks, welcome to another episode of the Bellied Up Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie Berens, and this is my partner in crime, and my back hurts carrying up the hill every week, but
Jesus Cripes.
hey, folks, welcome to the Bellied Up Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie Berens, and this is Miles, the You Betcha guy, and you betcha he's looking sexy today. Sorry, ladies, fellas, he's married. Welcome to the Bellied Up Podcast. Here's my buddy Miles. I'm his buddy Charles, and today we are going to be buddy-buddy with each other while we take your calls, figure out what's going on, what's cooking. Folks, belly on up to the bar with us. I'm Charlie, and this is Miles. And Miles, I'm going to always be your friend until the day you die. I might kill you, but we'll be friends until
Charlie, that's not helping everyone thinking you look like Dahmer, all right? Especially with those glasses on.
I got these glasses on sale.
Can we start the show now? You got those out of your system?
Hey, everybody. Welcome
back to the Belly.
Why are we starting? All these intros have been great. Guys, welcome to the Bellied Up Podcast. I'm Charlie Berens.
I am Miles, you betcha.
I am Miles, your intros aren't good enough for me, guy. I'm Miles. Guys, we've done like 7 of these, and Miles, I don't have all day, for God's sake.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bellied Up Podcast. I'm Charlie. Damn.
You're Miles.
Gotta start over. Let's start the show.
Miles, the You Betcha guy, is here, and so is me, Charlie Berens. And this is the Bellied Up Podcast, folks, and we are here just to listen.
Where are we at today, Charlie?
We're at the Mars Cheese Castle, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Beautiful place, beautiful town.
We met the guy at the Cheese Castle, Charlie, that cuts the cheese.
We met the cheese cutter.
You know, I thought he would smell worse, but, you know, he must have a lot of cologne on.
Miles. Right. There's Miles. Hey, why does his body look so good? Because he's always eating them low-hanging fruits. Yeah.
You got to get your vegetables and fruits in, Charlie.
Yes, you do,
Doesn't
Miles.
Charlie, I was watching some football last night.
Yeah?
And I had a thought when I was watching the post-game interview.
That you should open your yearbook up again?
Well, yeah. One, I've mastered the art of the post-game interview. All the post-game post-win game interviews that I had to do over the years.
Did you do a lot of post-game interviews?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So, WDAY.
Not to brag.
Pretty big deal.
You know what I think would be fun? Is if they have post-game interviews for other things.
That's, yes, 100%.
Like, what would be a good one?
Every post-game interview sounds the same, and we can prove it right here, right now, by doing a post-game ice fishing interview.
Oh, okay, I'm the interviewee. All right.
Hold on, I got to walk in.
All right.
How we doing, folks? Charlie from the district.
Hey, Miles, by the way, great catches out there. You really got a good batch of perch in there and some crappies and a few northern too. What was going through your head out there as you had the third northern on the line?
Well, first I just got to tip my cap to the other guys in the other shanties. You know, they're a good team over there, and they really fought hard. But I'm also really proud of our guys in our shanty. You know, we dealt with some adversity early there.
I saw that.
Buddy heater went out.
Yeah. Cold toes.
Our guys are a resilient group of guys, and we were able to get the job done.
And what are you guys going to do about the fact that your ice shanty, when bringing it off the lake, you tore off the bottom piece of the fabric there?
It's unfortunate, but like we tell our guys in the locker room every week that it's all about the things you can control.
Mm-hmm.
And
you could have controlled that. In fact, your teammate Ryan, he was hammered when he put his boot through it.
You're talking about getting the ice or getting the shanty off the ice.
I'm talking about, yeah.
We're not talking about fishing. We're talking about getting it off the ice.
I thought it was a fair question.
We're up here fishing, and you want to talk about getting the shanty off the ice.
I thought it was a fair question. I'm sorry.
Not fishing, pulling the shanty off the ice. That's what we're in here talking about.
People have been asking, though, if perhaps you guys weren't drinking so many beers on the ice, could you have brought in even more fish?
You know, like we tell our guys every single week, it's about the things you can control. And some days the fish are biting, some days they're not. But we just got to keep swinging that axe, and eventually the tree's going to fall down.
One would think,
because we got a good group of guys in that locker room.
Right. One thing that you could control is the amount that you drink out there on the ice. And it seems like you guys crushed 230 racks, and there was 3 of you.
Well, and honestly, hats off to the guys in the other shanties. They were drinking quite a bit of beer too, and so they put up a good fight. But ultimately, when it boils down to it, we got a good group of guys over in that locker room, and we don't like to listen to all the noise. And we're going to wake up tomorrow. We're going to celebrate this one, and we're going to wake up tomorrow, and we'll be on to next week.
You guys lost 2 cell phones in the ice fishing hole. Are there any regrets about that?
Yeah, I tell my guys every week that we don't want to live with regrets, and as long as we show up every day, bring good energy, stay focused on the task at hand, the wins and losses take care of themselves. And so we just try to go 1-0 this week. And, couldn't be more proud of our guys, their work ethic. I'm excited to see where we go.
Speaking of losses, Tyler lost his truck through the ice. Do you think he really should have driven it out there with only 6 inches?
Yeah, it's tough to lose a good ball player like that through the ice. When I'd be lying if I didn't say that one hurts. But we'll mourn him. We'll go to the funeral on Saturday. But then right after that funeral, we're gonna we'll wake up the next day. We're going to get back focused on next week.
Do you feel like you should have tried to rescue him instead of cracked a few beers and said, we'll see if he can swim to the top? Are you laughing or crying? Tyler was a good man. He had a family.
I'm just proud of the guys in the locker room. They got a great work ethic. And also, hats off to the other guys in the other shanties. They work hard, so do we, and just so happen that something like that happens. Sometimes the ball bounces your way, sometimes the fish swim your way, sometimes they don't, but all I know is we're going to wake up tomorrow and be on to next week.
Thank you, Coach. Thank
you. No problem. That's it. That's all it is. A lot of hats off, a lot of respect for the other team.
Yeah.
Have you noticed they say that in every answer?
Yeah, I have.
If you're doing an sports interview, you either need to give hats off to the other team and mad respect, or hats off to your own teammates. And then if you get that out of the way, you can brag about yourself all you want after. So you rushed for 690 yards today. Well, first of all, hats off to my teammates. I couldn't do it without them. But yeah, I'm pretty fucking good. You see that spin move? Oh my God. But hats off to my teammates for not getting in the way. Over and over.
It is. Unless you're Aaron Rodgers doing a post-game interview,
And okay. Here is Aaron Rodgers. You're Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I'm the interviewer. Mm-hmm. He just got done ice fishing. This is a post-game Aaron Rodgers ice fishing. Mm-hmm. So, Aaron, there's been a lot of buzz this offseason, and you assured us you were going to come and perform. Today wasn't necessarily the outcome that you had wanted. What went on in that shanty today?
Well, it was everybody else's fault, first and foremost. Tyler, he drove his truck out there. He fell through the ice, and I would have saved him, but what's the point? He's useless. you look at Ryan. Ryan's out there. He's drilling the holes. I mean, I say, Ryan, there's perch here. And he drills a hole over there. And then he drops the chisel through the ice. Who even uses a chisel anymore? Completely his fault. No, I'm just here cashing my $150 million. And the fact that these guys can't drill a hole is not my problem.
Okay. There was some reports, during the day that there was some sort of substance or smoke billowing out of your shanty. Can you tell us what that's all about?
That was our ayahuasca medicine shanty. And that's where I was seeing the perch from the perch's point of view. In order to catch the perch, you have to be one with the perch. And I am one with the perch.
Okay.
And what I have to do out there is what I have to do out there to get the job done.
I did see you have a conversation with the DNR today. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us what that was all about?
Well, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Okay. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. They're getting out there saying protect the fish. What about protecting the ice fishermen? Okay. Ryan's down there. Tyler's down there. Whoever it was, doesn't matter. Down there drowning. And I got to talk to you about why we're shooting perch with a shotgun. Well, I mean, it's not my issue. If they float, they're dead. They're mine. Okay. Speaking of floating, would it kill Tyler to float, for God's sakes? Now we got to go down there and try to find his body. I'm freezing. It's not my fault. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
Go fuck yourself.
I like that. That's kind of fun. We should do a post-game interview of our dads.
Yeah.
So, Mike. Yeah. What's your plan for tomorrow? I know it didn't biting out there today very well. So, what's your plan tomorrow?
Yeah, well,
we'll show up.
Yeah.
Wherever we fish, we fish. So, okay, well, what time do you plan on getting out here tomorrow? When I get out here. Okay. All right. Well, good talk.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got another episode of the Bellied Up podcast here, Miles. We're goofy today, folks. We're goofy. We're going to take some callers, and we're going to try to leave it all out on the field on this episode of the Bellied Up podcast.
And honestly, hats off to all of the listeners out there. We couldn't do it without them.
We couldn't.
But I'm just proud of our guys here for getting the job done today.
Proud of what we've been able to accomplish.
A lot of respect for the other podcasts out there, too.
Mm-hmm.
They play good ball, and they're good podcasts. They're going to be tough to beat down the road. So, but we're on to the next caller, and
one caller at a time.
Just proud of our guys. All right, guys, we have Jared from Kansas City, Missouri, and Jared has a little bit of a Everybody Loves Raymond situation on his hands. Jared, what's going on?
That's true. Life comes at you fast, and you get married, you have some kids, and then the next thing you know, your in-laws live across the street.
Wow.
And it's going okay. We're hanging in there. We're doing okay so far, but want to be preventative, want to be strategic in how we handle this situation.
Okay, so what?
So I thought, who better to call than
Thank you.
Yes, 100%. So give us a little backstory. Why did they move next door? And give me the whole rundown on that.
Yeah, does your wife like it?
It has its days, but here's how it went down. My father-in-law is a realtor, right? He's a really successful realtor, so he knows what's going on around town. We bought this house. Of course, he helped us buy it. And at the time, it's a great house for us, but there happens to be an empty lot across the street in a residential neighborhood and everything. And then, what happens is a year goes by and he says, hey, I'm thinking about buying this lot just as an investment, just to hold on to it. Land is a good investment. So he buys the lot. Or he said, are you okay with this? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Another year or two goes by. Hey, we've been thinking about building a house somewhere. What about this lot that you guys have across the street? And so they actually ended up, what do you say at that point? No, so here we are. Here we are a few years later. They built their dream house and right across the street. So everything is good overall, but but want to just make sure that we get ahead of any issues.
He did a classic bait and switch, by the way.
Hats off to your father-in-law, because he's playing chess while you guys are all playing checkers. I think that was the plan all along.
Yeah, of course it was.
It's hard not to think that, to be honest.
Well, you got to give him props because he likes you. He likes you.
I guess.
So give
Or he
yourself.
wants to keep a close eye on things, I think, is maybe more.
Well,
Yeah,
let him keep a close eye.
Do you ever look out like the front window of your house and just see him sitting on the porch cleaning his shotgun?
Cleaning everything. Yeah, cleaning the shotgun, keeping the truck and clean. Just a little bit of judgment here and there. I'm shooting across, if the grass isn't cut right, if there's weeds growing up, all kinds of things. That just makes me a little self-conscious, to be honest with you.
This guy gives me very Meet the Parents vibes.
Yeah.
Is his name Jack?
Yeah, Jack.
You might want to do a little sweep in your house to see if it's bugged or not. You might be running surveillance.
It's not a bad idea.
So have you had any issues? Are they stopping over a lot? Are there no boundaries? What's been going on there?
Overall, they're okay with the boundaries. I think they get that there needs to be some boundaries, but there's things that supersede the boundaries too. We got 2 kids, they're grandkids. And so, they can just stop on in. They can just walk in the door sometimes, or they'll do the classic, like, a 2 knock and then just walk straight in anyways. like that helps you at all. Like, what's the point of knocking if you're just coming in? So,
all right, what's going on, kids?
Wow. Yeah, they're violating some boundaries. I tell you that much.
All right. Well, Charlie, let's rapid fire here. What are some techniques to set some boundaries if your in-laws live next door?
I think you guys start walking around naked a lot. I think you got to let it hang there. Yep. Let it hang, Jared, and then wait for that knock and just be sitting there Supermaning, looking at the door. And when they walk in, be like, "Can I help you with something?" And look them dead in the eyes.
Yep. Just take one moment of embarrassment to be safe for the rest of your life.
And I don't care where his eyes are looking. When you see him, say, "Eyes up here." What's the name of your father-in-law?
Chuck.
Eyes up here, Chuck. Eyes up here.
I think another move, same vein, just put a sock on the front door handle.
That's good. That's real good.
Because then they won't even waste the time to walk over there. They'll be able to spot that sucker. Yeah, do like a neon orange sock. Put it on the door handle so they can see it from their house.
Yeah, and then if he comes in with that sock in hand, you're sitting there dong out. "Thanks, Chuck. I was looking for my sock," and then just put it on over your deal, Red Hot Chili Peppers style, and then just walk. "Can I get you anything?" Or you could take the other approach. You could be the bad neighbor yourself. You could do a double knock walk into their house, treat it like your own. Chuck's out there working hard, slinging real estate. You're sitting on his favorite chair. He comes in the door. You're sitting on his favorite chair. Chuck's going to think twice about wanting to live there.
Yeah, get ahead of it. Be proactive about this.
That's true.
You need to make them want to move somewhere else.
Yep. You got any fireworks, Jared?
We could. This is Missouri.
You could do what someone in my neighborhood does. They have motion sensor floodlights on the front of their house. And you could just have a giant floodlight that lights up his whole house.
Yeah, point it at his bedroom. Make the bedroom the target of that.
You come over, don't take off your shoes. Just throw those on all the furniture. Could be good.
Go over there, clean his gutters once a week until you break a gutter. Put some pressure on a gutter.
Go over to his house and just eat all of his snacks. And drink all of his beer. That will make a guy do some crazy things.
Yeah. The problem with some of these ideas you guys are mentioning is that he could turn and use those first ideas that you gave me back on me. And that's just a situation I don't want to get into.
Oh, you don't want to see Chuck's bits and pieces?
Well, I think it's a game of chicken, Charlie. No. Who's willing to get crazy?
That could be.
Game of chicken with 2 cocks, man.
What does your wife think about the whole situation?
It's always different when it's the in-law, so she's close with her mom. and that sort of thing. So for her, I think it's smooth sailing. You know, she also uses it to her advantage. You know, with the kids, like our kids are over there all the time, and so sometimes we can. There's definitely pros too. We can just open the door and shove the kids in, you know, and then just go back across the street, stuff like that. So that works out.
That's not bad. You got babysitters right there. We should start looking at the positives of this, you know?
Yeah, it's not all bad.
No, you and your wife can have a lot of you and your wife time, if you know what I mean.
Just remember the sock.
Yeah. Put the sock.
Yeah, that's true.
Toss the kids out, put the sock on the door. Say, if this sock's a rocking, don't come a knocking. Put that sign up, actually.
Yeah, not a bad idea. The other pro would be I pretty much never have to buy any more tools. I just got the code to his shop and just what's mine is his now.
He's got a whole shop in his garage?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jared, what are you doing, dude? Chuck seems like a good guy. I'm Team Chuck now. I just turned.
The further we get into this, I'm starting to see less and less disadvantages.
Yeah. I mean...
Well,
What's the big deal?
You got an Insta babysitter.
Yep.
You got a whole shop next door.
Yeah.
You have someone always watching your house, so it's going to be safe. You don't even got to spend the money on a Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
What's
Jared,
so wrong?
Yeah. So there must be a problem with Chuck, or is it the mother-in-law that gives you problems? What's her name?
No. She's great. She's great. She's the babysitter.
No. She's great. A little more emotion in that voice,
and
Jared.
She's standing over his shoulder with a gun to his head, holding cue cards on what to say.
Maybe it's my insecurities, like I said.
What are you insecure about?
Is the house in order? Are the weeds clicked? Are the weeds picked? Is the driveway, shoveled? That sort of stuff. You know, it's not even anything he's doing. Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
You.
Maybe you're projecting, you know?
Chuck probably don't care. Does Chuck care? Does he come over? Oh, he does?
Yeah, but he cares, but he's also successful that he just pays to have all that done, you know? So I'm kind of in competition. It's like competition with your neighbors, but your neighbor's just your father-in-law.
There you go. You live across the street. See if you can get kind of a 2-for-1 deal from the guys mowing the lawn and shoveling the snow, you know?
He's trying to keep up with the Chucks. Keeping up with the Chuck.
I've been trying to do that for years. Keeping
up with the Chuck?
Your name's Chuck.
Oh, yeah. I get it. That's funny.
Yeah.
Is he like a competitive guy? Like, is there any of this that he's bringing on, or is this all just your own emotional issues, Jared?
I would say it's kind of it's like the competition, but no one wants to call it a competition, you know? Like we both know it, but if you brought it up to him, he'd say, "Oh no, you know, it's all good. What, you know, you're busy, all this stuff." But secretly, we all know he's winning the competition.
Yeah,
you know, that sort of thing.
Does he come over and cut your lawn for you ever?
Oh no.
He doesn't cut his own lawn, Charlie.
He hasn't touched the lawnmower in many years.
Does he? I know he doesn't cut his own lawn, but if he goes over there and cuts his lawn, you know, he probably has a lawnmower, even though he doesn't cut his lawn, right?
I don't think so.
Oh,
no,
really?
No lawnmower.
Oh, he's one of those guys. He's a bougie one.
I got another question for you. Would you rather have your in-laws across the street or your own parents across the street?
Probably my in-laws.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, probably.
What would be so bad about having your parents across the street?
Well, I feel like it would just be, you know, all the same insecurities just dialed up if it's my own old man, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the real issue here. I think Chuck is reminding you of your old man a little bit. Yeah.
Never thought about it in that way.
Do you have a good therapist or bartender you can talk to over there in Missouri?
Got the bartender. Yeah.
Okay. Well, get over to the bar. I want you. This is what you got to do. You get over to the bar today and you start dialing this in with your bartender. All right. I think I'm going to recommend a session a week for the next month until you get this straightened around.
Yeah. And if you really want to hit it head on, bring your dad and your father-in-law to the bar as well. And you guys just all hash it out.
Yep. We've got some unresolved childhood issues.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Could you imagine even just doing that with my own dad? Can you imagine that, Charlie?
No.
Sitting at a bar drinking and having the bartender do therapy with you and your dad is my nightmare. My dad would be so uncomfortable. He wouldn't say a word.
He would just sit there. Bud would just sit there, I feel like arms crossed, kind of like this, looking at you, judging you.
Just peeling the beer bottle label.
He would just sit there wide-eyed like, what is going on? You talking about feelings? No. We bury those babies deep down and never bring them back up.
Maybe that's just what I need to do here.
Yeah. Well, Jared,
Some real advice, just pretend he doesn't live across the street. You're going to be a happier human being.
Could be.
What's the worst that's going to happen?
otherwise, Jared, buy yourself a drone and start droning around his house at night. Make him think there's aliens that live above him.
Not a bad idea.
Just don't get too close to the window. That camera might catch something you don't want to see.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Buy, sell, or trade. Put me down for a drone.
I thought you were going to say your house.
No.
Oh, man. Well, Jared, good luck with it, okay?
Hey, thanks, boys. Good advice.
Yep.
We'll let you know how some of it goes.
All right. Sounds good. Tell Chuck we say hi.
All right. Sounds good. Watch for deer.
All right. We'll do. Bye-bye now.
It sounds like he kind of lucked out. It sounds like he got good in-laws.
Yeah. I mean,
Everybody Loves Raymond situation was a little bit of a stretch.
yeah. Yeah. He's got free babysitters. He's got every tool he ever needed. He's got another fridge full of beer if he ever runs out. I mean, I think Jared's going to be okay, Miles.
It'd actually be interesting to hear Ann's take on this, considering that I own a lake cabin directly next door to my parents.
That's true.
So
Yeah, that's true. Does that ever get weird?
no. I'm a direct guy. So if we're like, hey, we're just gonna hang out at our place today, we'll usually say that, and it goes over pretty good. Just being honest,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you are pretty direct.
I can be direct.
I like that about you. You're an open book.
Mm-hmm.
Good book, too. I'd read you cover to cover.
Would ya?
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. Anyways,
Whoa, did this just get awkward? Miles
no,
just
I was
got
gonna
awkward.
make a joke that didn't need to.
Well, you say it.
Nothing.
Go ahead.
Should we take another call?
We'll take another caller.
I thought you were going to plug your book, Charlie.
Midwest Survival Guide. You can purchase it on mantwugminute.com.
Hello, is this Andre?
That is I.
Andre, it's Miles and Charlie from the Bellied podcast. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
What are you up to
I'm a
today?
long time listener.
Are you?
Oh, just on the drive home from work here, long time listener, first time voicemail leaver.
I like. Well, now you're a first time caller as well.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
So what we understand by the voicemail is that you are a former Amish or current Amish. Are you riding a horse right now? What's going on?
Oh, no, only the horse is under the hood, No, I mean, first generation, not Amish. Basically, parents were, I was babysat by them. So, I know the language and everything out here in central Ohio.
So you rumspringed, huh?
Oh, I mean, I live every day on the Rumspringa,
There you go. Now, for people who don't know Amish, tell us, how do you go from being Amish to not Amish?
So, it really depends on the church. Some people, some churches really don't like it. Some do, but you basically just, throw your little straw hat in the corner and say, I'm done.
Are your parents still Amish?
No, they would have switched before they got hitched.
Oh, okay. So they switched before they got hitched. So one of your parents is a non-Am and one is an Am.
No. They were both Amish growing up, and then both, switched to, not Amish on their own time, then got married, normal.
Normal.
Okay.
Charlie.
So they rumspring first.
Right. No, yeah, they did the forever Rumspringa.
So you were never Amish,
No, but, basically, might as well have been, babysat by all the Amish aunts and uncles, cousins and such.
And is it true that they have, no access to hear this podcast, or is that a misnomer?
Oh no, that's correct. I mean, other than the room springers, they don't got phones. No.
Wow. There's no way they can be tracked by AI. So that's.
Oh no way! No, they're off the grid.
So it sounds like you should be Amish, Charlie.
I'm new Amish. I'm gonna get a flip phone. Yeah, I'll be new Amish.
That'll do.
Okay, so
you got to get a sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say in your voicemail, you were saying that you could be an Amish translator for us.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. All right. So I do.
Charlie, do you have a message that you'd like to get to the Amish? And Andre will pass that along.
I'd like to tell them I'm sorry for if I ever insulted an Amish. I don't think I did. I think I've always been respectful, but in your voicemail, you made it sound like maybe I said something non-Amish friendly. Was that true? I forget what I said.
No. I just know, every now and again you come up, like, I listen to a lot of your guys' podcasts, and every now and again you guys are like, oh yeah, the Amish, whatever. Oh, no, they'll never hear that. Well, there's a lot of different kinds of Amish. This is the Ohio Amish. I mean, there's, two main, main hubs for the Amish. There's Lancaster, PA, and then there's the Holmes County Amish out here in Ohio, the redheaded stepchild of the Midwest. No offense to redheads or stepchildren, but, it's that's how it is out here. I live in Sugar Creek here. It's about 5 minutes from the main spot, the main town of the Amish, kind of where they settle. But yeah, no, typical, Sugar Creek, there's in typical Midwest fashion, there's small towns, so they got to compensate. They got a world's biggest cuckoo clock. So, if you want to come see a big cuckoo clock, that's, here's the place to go.
That's pretty slick. So why do the Amish not like technology? Did they know that the robots were going to kill us all back when they decided not to do it?
Oh, they probably had a hunch, No, I guess the main policy behind it is it's too worldly. And, the world is, evil and sinful. So if they detach themselves from this, world, then that's their ticket.
Not bad, actually.
Actually, a lot of, kind of checks out.
Yeah, I'm looking for what's false about it.
Are you a missionary?
Right. I mean, no. Hey, no. I'm not here to diss on the Amish. I got a lot of relatives, but what I will say is, there's 5 requirements to be a cult, and they have 4 of them. So, you let that be what it is.
What, what is the 5th thing they're missing, to be a cult?
I believe, I'm not quite sure. I know that they have, if you leave, then you're banished and excommunicated is what they call it. They won't talk to you anymore, but that's kind of like same thing with the churches. It kind of varies by church, but there's a few different things, like you're have to follow the rules and regulations of the elders and a whole bunch of things like that. But the actual 5th thing that it's not, I can't quite put a finger on.
Kool-Aid. You guys aren't into Kool-Aid.
Yeah, no, that's too sugary.
Yeah.
Not because
sense.
they don't want to,
Yeah.
They're just doing it because it's too much sugar. Otherwise, they would totally be into the Kool-Aid.
What's the best part? What's the best part about the Amish? What's the worst part?
I'd say the best part is, generally speaking, they have pretty good morals. They're most of the part respectful and have the help in hand. If someone in the church is house burned down or something, the whole community will get together and build them a new house or give them loans or whatever the community needs. But I'd say the worst part is driving those bicycles down the road at the frigid Ohio temperature of it gets nasty around here, freezing cold snow everywhere, and they're slipping and sliding on the bikes like no tomorrow.
Well, I saw this one Amish. He was skiing behind a horse, and I thought that was pretty cool. He was in the ditch skiing.
Yeah.
The horse was. You ever ski behind a horse? Have an Amish affiliation?
I can't say that I have. I have went sledding behind a tractor. If that suffices.
That's close. That's a little bit too much technology for my preference there, though.
So you told us that you can speak Dutch,
Yeah, that's right. There's a language that they all speak amongst themselves. Now, there's different dialects and different versions of it depending on where you go, but it's called Pennsylvania Dutch, and it's kind of a mixed dialect between English, German, Swiss, and a little bit of Dutch itself. But yeah, they just it's referred to as Dutch around here.
Well, let's hear it.
How do you say in Dutch?
How do you say in Dutch?
Duveest.
Nice.
Yeah,
Duveest,
Yep, duveest.
Well, that's interesting, Devesh. So I'll tell you this much. Devesh, the Amish, Devesh, you see them go around the town, and you're like, these guys, they kind of have a lot figured out. Like, they make great products, and they make great food, I'm sorry, Devesh.
Devesh, yep.
But there's always kind of this trick of the trade of like, what parts of technology do they embrace? What parts don't they? Like, some of them they all do cash transactions. There's no tapping with the Amish. And is that the only form of currency, or do they have Devesh Amish currency?
Oh, no. So yeah, they're either cash or see the thing about it is, these churches, they kind of get lenient, and they bend and stretch the rules, depending on preference or whatever. But the best workaround for technology with an Amish will be a business. So you see, an Amish will start a roofing business, and then that gives them access to a company truck. Not that they can drive it, but they essentially own it, and the company has a credit card. They don't have a credit card, obviously. But
loopholes,
So
there's plenty of loopholes. It's crazy.
So the company can own it. This is almost like getting audited. The company can own it, but they can't personally own it. So,
shell corporations.
So yeah. So in the Amish community, there's no pass through.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's a business term I don't fully understand.
We're going to circle back on that,
Yeah. Devesh.
That'll work. Oh, yeah, I do this.
What's the weirdest part about the Amish community? Like, why'd your parents leave?
They just, my mom said she left because she was riding a bike up a hill one day, and, she was just pedaling and going to town on that bike. And she, as the cars were passing her, she's like, this is real dumb. I can, what am I doing here? I'm just pedaling, with all my might, and there's cars just zipping on by.
Yeah. So she said, bridge too far.
That's right.
A shoulder too short. And she left the community. Yeah. And then your dad, why did he leave? He
just, I think it was kind of, the people he was around, his buddies, basically, he was rumspringen and then just never stopped. Usually it goes, you turn 18, you start rumspringen, and around the 22, 23 age, you find you a lovely lady and you settle down and you go back to, cracking the whip at the old horse. But, he just decided, hey, this is a good time. I'll just keep doing this for the rest of my life.
Just too horny.
Yeah.
We've lost a lot of good Amish people to that.
Hey, no, I mean, what's stopping you from that and being Amish? They got, I don't even know, to be honest with you, keep us on the hush hush. I don't even know all my cousins' names.
Oh my God.
My mom's got nine sisters and a brother. That's just my mom's side. There's over 100 cousins.
Well, that's not even close to how many siblings Charlie has.
Yeah. We're not even Amish. We're just Catholic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, similar concept.
Yeah, same church, different pew. Well, different church.
That's right.
Different church, same type of pew.
Yeah, wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, benches.
Yeah.
We got
you know.
benches in the Amish church.
So does your dad no longer get contact with his family ever since he left?
No, that's actually, that's, we were lucky enough to that the family's grandparents, which are still all Amish, that's kind of where they drew the line. Like they were supposed to, but they never did just because that's just not how they rolled, which is, I can appreciate that they just, it's their child, for Pete's sake.
What do the Amish do for fun?
Oh, softball, volleyball, basketball, sports. That's their big ticket.
Just only the girl sports.
No, basketball.
Hey, girl sports, whatever.
Softball, volleyball.
Yes, sewing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually looking at a softball field right now. They're littered around here. There's all these leagues and stuff. And they're big on softball. These boys and girls can hit dingers.
Wow. And you said basketball too. That would be a great movie, like the first Amish guy to make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like the Kingpin 2.0. Yeah. You ever hear that movie?
Kingpin with the bowling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a doozy. Now, that Amish is not portrayed nearly as well, but, it's still, I get a kick out of it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What are the names of all your cousins that you can remember?
Oh, man, there's too many to list. We've got some. Well, here, how's about this? I'll just start, rambling off some names on the whole family. We got a Mary. We have a, we got a Esther. We have a lots of Bible names, really. If you think
That's
about
weird.
It's a lot of Bible names. Yeah, we're kind of odd. I didn't, I never really picked up on that. But lots of Bible names. Any Bible name you can think of.
Ruth.
I probably Ruth. I got a cousin
Elizabeth?
named Ruth. Yep.
Joel.
Joel.
Not Joel and Elizabeth.
Job.
Job.
Job. No, Job.
The book of Job.
Job. Yeah. Hard work.
Copywriter.
That's another Amish thing. They work hard. Raising barns.
Yeah, I've seen. And you guys, when you move a barn, you got like 100 of you. You're like ants left in that thing.
Oh yeah.
That's not even a tenth of them with all these cousins. That's just one family. One immediate family, all 100 of them lift a barn.
That's right.
That's why they have so many kids, is so they can move barns around,
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
The barns aren't going to move themselves.
No, if you drop a barn on a kid, then you got to have more in the wings.
For sure. Hey, now I got, maybe some other things to talk about. I used to do Porta-John deliveries, right? And there's actually, Miles, you actually kind of hit the nail right on the head there. I think it's kind of funny. So I used to do Porta-John deliveries, and there's a pet peeve that I got. It's when people call me buddy. And you know what? It's a difference in, it's really in the tone. I used to deliver Porta-Johns, and people were like, oh, hey, buddy, you can just set it right over there. And I'll tell you what, that kind of gets my attention, because it's like, why? It kind of feels like someone thinks a little bit lesser of you. And it's the same way with, my guy. There's a You Bet Your Radio episode, found where all podcasts can be found, where they're talking about, what was it? I think, I'm not quite sure, but it was my guy and buddy. It's just kind of a demeaning thing. So how would I go about getting people to not call me buddy? I get it. I'm 20, got a little baby face, can't grow facial hair, but how do I come across to not be a buddy to people? Well, just a little bit older than me.
think I called you buddy when we started this call.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You did. Yeah. No, I knew you were gonna, there was just a thought in the back of my brain. He's going to call me buddy. I just find that funny. Yeah. I get a kick out of that.
Oh my God. And when I said it, I was like, why did I call him buddy?
Yeah, dude.
Do you just have a persona and an aura that people want to call you buddy, or what?
Gets my attention so much. And it's not like, we got a guy that's a little more Southern at work, and he's like, hey buddy, what's going on? That doesn't bother me, because it's like, it's not, he doesn't seem any, like, feel any less than me, but it's when it's like someone like 3 years older than me, like, hey, buddy, or like, it's just like, what,
buddy, just
what's going on here?
relax.
Listen, my guy. You gotta let this
Kind of
go.
like that.
My
Is
God.
that what you're talking about?
Oh, dude. Oh, for sure.
Buddy.
But the funny thing is I I tell people that, and they're like, oh yeah, they do it just like you did. They're like, oh, they really lean into it. But it doesn't really bother me when people do it to try to annoy me. It's when it's like the subconscious thing to call me buddy is what gets my attention. That's what really.
It is weird.
Oh yeah.
How was my initial buddy? Was it friendly or was it snarky?
It was right. It was right down the middle.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad. No.
Okay. Sweet. Well,
Yeah.
man.
No, and
Well, buddy.
Well, buddy, this
Yeah.
has been good,
No.
buddy.
hey, I got one more thing, if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
You got a horse you want to buy, sell, or trade?
I don't actually. My cousin might. So I do things very hardly. That's listening to podcasts. I've listened to you guys so much.
Yeah.
It's
Do you listen to
unbelievable.
Do you listen to podcasts hardly, or do you listen to podcasts hardly?
Hardly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So Miles, I'm that guy that called out you. With the ketchup situation. So
Are you sure you want to reveal yourself?
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm now the resident secret exposer, as you've, pawned me or whatever. But yeah, not that guy that called out Ryan. But
Do you have a bead on who that guy is? You guys talking amongst each other?
I don't. I can't reveal the secrets on that. No.
Okay.
But no. What I'll say is, I've listened to both you guys, the Cripes Cast on All podcast can be found. I'll say Charlie, the sisters episode, got a big kick out of that. I've got younger sisters of my own, so I got a real kick out of that dynamic.
Thank you.
But no, for sure. And Miles, I'll say one more thing. Me and you are very similar. Both black belts in Taekwondo. Me and you could take anybody. We could take anybody. I got mine at 9 as well. We can really go to
Charlie
town.
wouldn't be so lippy if he remembered often that I am a black belt. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I forget you're a black belt.
I know.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I love you guys. You guys are, really putting smiles on people's faces. It's great, great work that you do. And I just want to say, I really adopted your guys' comedy. I find myself saying things, like the Ryan and the Miles, whatever, lots of that. So yeah, no, take her easy, keep her moving, and it'll do.
Yeah, well, make sure you tell the Amish, that we say hi, or to tell your Amish folks, we say hi,
Hey, will do. You as well.
Last question. How do you say watch out for deer in Dutch?
All right. This is going to be a little bit much. You guys are going to get a kick out of this.
All right.
Okay, wait. So watch out for deer. It's kind of tough because the dialect's a little different. It's Vach Fahach.
Vach Fahach.
Yep, Vach, which is your watch in the, Vach Fa, which is your 4, and then Hach, which is your deer. So, lots of big Hosh around here, Amish, big hunters.
Fahach.
I like it. Well, Andre, see you later in Vach Fahach.
Oh, yeah. Toodle-ay, I'll see you up there in Akron.
Sounds good, my man. We'll see you there. Like that, I switch it to my man.
Have a good one, buddy.
See ya.
What a good guy.
Oh, my gosh. He's ripping. He's ripping and gripping, man. Good dude. Miles, we got spring just around the corner. Can you excuse me. Can you believe that spring is just around the corner?
Well, is it real spring or fake spring?
Well, it's first spring.
First spring. Okay.
And
first spring is about to be sprung. I
only know one way to spring into the new year, Miles, and that is with a little old glass of Tippy Cow. Nothing says snow on a robin's back like a glass of the old Tippy Cow.
My spring is sprunging right now.
Yeah.
As I drink this, Charlie.
That sounds erotic. Miles, I got to tell you, thank you for sharing this glass of Tippy Cow with me. Speaking of sharing, I want to share some with our audience. It's this new T-shirt we got. Miles, can you hold it up there? There we go. It says, tip a glass, not a cow. And some of our callers are going to be wearing these sexy little pieces of fabric out to the bar. They're going to be getting numbers like it's nobody's business, because you show up to a bar like that, people know that you know what you're talking about. So, yeah, and folks, you can buy one for yourself. If you're not a caller, you can go to oubetcha.com and you can scoop up one of them shirts.
That's right. So, guys, as always, have a good time.
Cheers.
Glass of Tippy Cow.
Moo.
Charlie,
Hi, Miles.
you ever been injured before or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. And folks, if you're out there and you've been injured in any type of way, you got to give Nicolay Law a call or go to nicolaylaw.com. These guys are good. Honestly, he's a true Midwest lawyer.
He is. He's working on this case for me right now about an emotionally abusive podcast host, and I think I am going to clean this guy's clock.
This isn't a great one because he's not going to win this one, Charlie. This is not exactly the best.
Oh, he'll win, Miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't afford anyone better because I got the best in town.
That's probably true.
1-855.
Maybe he's a double agent. What if he's representing me as well?
That'd be illegal. That's why I contacted him first. 1-855 Nicolay.
See, this is why I need a lawyer. I don't know the law.
Know the law before your buddy knows the law.
If you guys are like me, you got to call a lawyer and not me, and you should call Nicolay Law. Guys, we have Jay on the line, and Charlie, Jay lives full-time in an RV.
In an RV down by the river.
That there Clarkson RV. We have Cousin Eddie on the line.
Wow. How long you been in the RV, Jay?
Not quite as long as Cousin Eddie. 7 years.
Oh,
7 years.
8 years.
and do you love it?
Yeah.
Is there any reason to go back?
Oh, there is no reason to go back. Living on the road and seeing things is definitely my kind of lifestyle. Now, other people can't make it a year. We've met many people who start and they go a year and they just can't do it.
Yeah,
and they end up going back to
that's because they don't remember that home is where you park it, you know?
That's true. That's true.
So it almost sounds like you've like taken people under your wings and try to teach them the lifestyle and they just can't hack it. Is that what happens?
I wouldn't quite put it that way because I'm not that nice of a guy because, I'm not from the Midwest. But I do help people periodically in trying to understand how to live in an RV. It's not a vacation. That's the first thing that they do is they come out thinking they're on vacation for a year and then they run out of money.
Yeah, that's a good question. If you're living full time in an RV, how do you make money?
I work remotely in the IT business, but I do have friends who go from contract to contract, not particularly a contractor, but they find contract work. Like one guy does airplane repairs. Another one drives beat trucks in the summer. Just, random jobs here and there.
Because I'm going to be honest, this doesn't sound like the lifestyle for me, but this sounds like a great lifestyle for Charlie.
I mean,
I think you would love this.
I've thought about it. I've thought about converting an old van or something like that, and taking that around. But there's nothing better than the open road. Tell us some of the coolest stuff you've seen out there, Jay. What are people missing? Not living with a home on wheels.
So there's lots of stuff. I've been to a small town in Louisiana, Louisiana has lots of small towns, that I could not understand a word the people were saying. It is down by Franklin, and I had to get my truck tire fixed, and I took it in to the mechanic, and the guys were saying words at me, and I just stared at them like, what did you say to me? And it was awesome. It was fun being there. I've been to the UP. The UP it is so pretty up there, and being able to park out in the middle of the trees of nowhere. It's great. Now, I haven't made it to the East Coast yet, but someday I'll make it over there.
You've been doing this 7 years and haven't made it to the East Coast. Some guys just don't like tolls, I suppose. Why haven't you gone out east?
We've attempted. So the first time we were going to go east, the whole COVID virus thing you get. And we're like, screw that. There's no way I'm going over where there's that many people. So we went to Montana instead. And then we've been close. We made it to Washington, Pennsylvania, where they did the George Washington marched the troops in to do the whiskey tax thing. That's as far east as we made it. And then we turned around and came back west. We have nothing against the East Coast. It's just we haven't made it over there.
And who is we?
Oh, my family. So my wife is with me, and then we have a kid, Violet.
And
we're getting them moved into a van.
Wait, what? You're getting them moved into a van? What do you mean?
Really? Yeah. So they're 17, and we left her at my sister's house, and they bought a van and they started building it out, and now they're back with us, traveling around. She drives her van around, and then it's being built out. There's a bed in there, shower, toilet. Haven't quite put a sink in there yet, and then eventually we'll just push them away. Like every parent does, right? When they get to a certain age, you kick them out of the nest. That's my goal.
I like it. I like it. You just kind of kick them out, let them fly, or let them drive. So,
are the kids homeschooled or not home? RV schooled then, or?
It's very similar to homeschool, but yes, they do homeschooling stuff. Taking college courses right now to get into college.
That's the thing with homeschooling. Homeschool kids learn one so much faster than regular school kids, and they're always way smarter.
Really?
Because if I'm smarter than you, Charlie, I still have to learn at the pace that you go. If you are homeschooled, you just go at the pace that you are, and you could be taking college courses as a freshman in high school, and you could test out a shit. So, like, you could take a calculus class. If you learned enough about calculus, you could just take a test and get the credit for it without having to do a whole semester. It's crazy.
I didn't know this. Wow, you're starting a whole new thing here, Jay. Was it hard homeschooling in the RV? I mean, are you guys doing lessons as you're driving down the road? How does that work?
No, the lessons are done when the RV is parked.
What do you mean? You can count cows as you're going?
Yeah, one.
You could. But it's a little hard to stay focused when you're driving on the road and they're asking you calculus questions. It's hard to answer. Though there is a little bit of a thing there that you said, Miles. I wouldn't say all homeschool kids are smarter. It's some are smarter.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. They are smarter.
Some that are not so smart.
They're smarter than they would be if they were in the regular school system.
Wow, I didn't know you were. Are you going to homeschool your kid, Miles?
I can't do it. But, it's if you look at it through a data perspective, everyone should be homeschooling their kids.
Wow.
But I'm not going to homeschool my kids.
All right. Well, you just you must not want what's best for him, Miles. I don't know.
I think Ann would divorce me if I said we were going to homeschool our kid. So.
Well, just get in an RV and drive around, and then she has no choice.
Hey, honey, I sold the house. What? Don't look at me like that. I got a plan, all right? And then throw her the keys.
You sold our house and completely redeemed yourself.
Just when I thought, Miles, you couldn't get any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself. What's the weirdest person you've ever met on the road?
Oh, I have met some really weird ones, but I'd say the most weird was a guy in a different part of Louisiana. We're actually over by, what's up with Louisiana? Anyway, over by New Orleans. We're up just north of there. I can't remember the name of the town. We're staying on some water reserve land where we could stay for free. And the people who were traveling with us had a little dog. I mean, when I say little dog, I mean like probably 8 pounds at the most.
Ankle
and
biter.
It was running around. And some guy in a van saw the dog running towards him, freaked out, was screaming about how the dog was going to eat him. He gets in his van, pulls out a gun, and points it at the dog. And we're all just sitting there looking at him going, what the heck is wrong with you? Why? it's a dog. It's not going to kill you. I mean, it might hurt if it bites you, but it's not going to kill you. We finally got the dog back, and then he decided that he was going to leave. So he packed up his van and left for a few nights. And I don't know if he came back. We left after a few days. So
did he point the gun at the dog?
Weird.
Thinking it was like a scare tactic? Because a dog sees a gun and he's like, "That's a big bone."
Yeah, exactly. So
just another day in the RV park, you know.
Yeah, it was an RV park. It was not. It was on open. It was on public land.
Are there?
So RV parks have their weird things.
Yeah, that's what my next question would be. In the RV community, do you guys have lot lizards like the truck drivers do? You got to watch out for them.
So my wife's listening to me, and I'm going to have to say no.
Wow. Well, I think you just got yourself busted right there. What are the top 3 things people need to know about if they're going to have an RV? What's the top 3 tips you would give anyone who's thinking of living their life in an RV?
An RV is not a forever home. You're going to replace it often. RVs go down in value, so expect to lose money, but it's going to be less than a mortgage on a house. You kind of have to do the math on that. And it's not a vacation. I just made it sound like a terrible life. But once you get into where you know the expectations of living in an RV, you see some great things, meet some nice people. Right now, I'm at a D&D convergence playing Dungeons and Dragons in an RV park.
Of course you are.
I mean, what else?
I just wanted to ride there.
You know where D&D was formed? Right here in Wisconsin. That's where it was invented.
All right, Charlie.
Huh?
Would you like to play some D&D with me and Jay?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Jay, you are the dungeon master. We're going to do a little mini storyline here. Let's do it.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons before.
I think we need to pick a character first.
Okay, you give me my character.
No, you pick your own character.
Okay. I am the castle snowman. I am here in the winter, and I guard the castle.
Okay. I am the king of the castle, Sir Mars of Cheese.
Ooh. Jay?
Let's see. You're guarding the castle. So you'll see off in the distance a white-eyed thing flying through the sky. You're not quite sure what it is.
What do you say?
King, I see an RV dragon coming our way.
What is that, peasant? What did you say?
I see it. Do not call me peasant. I am the guard. Snowman, you call me peasant. I will slice your throat.
I will have your hand for talking to me like that.
You could not have my hand. It would be just water.
Keep it up or I'll have your pecker.
Oh, I see your crown. And I now have a crown too.
Take that off your head,
I will not take it off my head. We have bigger fish to fry. There is an dragon RV coming our way. Halt! Who goes there?
So as the dragon flies over the top of you and hears you arguing, you hear him chuckle and say, "My business is done," and starts to fly away.
It is not an RV. It is not an RV dragon. It is a drone dragon. We must shoot at it.
No, we can't shoot it down.
Get me the royal
I'm
cannon.
sure that dragon drone has good reason for flying above us. So let's let it be.
Shut up. What are you in the national defense?
I am your king.
The snowballs are not going far enough.
Oh, wait, you hit him. Actually, that was a pretty good idea. So, yeah. Nice work.
Yeah.
We should probably shoot it down.
It turns around and icicles comes out of its mouth and starts pelting you.
Ah, no, I don't get paid enough for this. Retreat.
I don't know if Charlie and I are built for Dungeons and Dragons. We like to fill in too many details. It would take us a lifetime to get through one storyline.
That's not true, Miles. That's all part of the fun. You ruined it too. I was just feeling it. You totally you left me white bald, frosty. This is a blue ball
that's
joke
how
for a
tables break
snowman.
up right there.
It is.
So you're saying
Yeah, you
that?
blame the other players.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't think.
No, Charlie did. He's blaming you.
I know. And also, quite literally, I would have you beheaded if I was the king and you started talking to me like that. Like, you're done.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I can get another head as soon as another kid comes playing in the yard.
Just put it back on.
Yeah. I can roll my own head, dumbass.
All right. Well, Jay, this was good talking to you. Fun playing D&D with you. And stay safe out there on the road.
Will do.
All right, Jay. Hey.
Oh, wait. I'm supposed to say something here. Tell your parents I said hi. No, damn it. Watch out for deer. Wait, which one is it? I forgot.
Yeah.
Hang on, Jay. I'll give you one more. Keep her moving out there. All right.
Oh, yeah. I could do that one.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Keep her moving.
All right, buddy. Good talking to you, my guy.
All righty. We'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya. That's fun. First D&D on the old EP here, Miles.
You kind of what would you call it? Bum rush the board a little bit.
Why?
You didn't let the other players play. So, I don't know if I want you in my D&D group anymore.
Like I said, it was my first time.
It could tell. Yeah.
And
Let's see.
also, what do you mean I bum rushed the board? I was letting you play.
You started mouthing off to the king of the castle.
Well, you were talking. You think I'm going to sit here and take it?
If I would have known you were going to talk to me about that and get away with that, I would have chose a better character than the king of the castle.
Well, the king has a crossbow, so you could have just started shooting arrows at me. But you didn't, did you? Because you didn't think of it. I will not be talked to that way. I'm not a peasant. I told you I was the guard. Well, Miles, is that another
Good
episode?
episode of the Bellied Up podcast, Charlie.
All right, folks, remember, tip your bartender.
See you next one.